David, Jack Barker here, former CEO of Pied Piper. Your brother Nick asked me if I could give you some advice now that you have left your catering business, even though you were a trained CIA chef. Yes, I have some advice for you. Congratulations. Welcome. So happy you decided to leave Act One. Let me talk about someone who I think was a very important man in business, a little fellow named Aristotle. Aristotle talked about what makes a great story, and he says a great story is always in 3 acts. Act 1 is the introduction. Act 2 is rising action, and Act 3 is the culmination, the climax of that rising action. So many people in this world do not leave Act 1. That takes courage, that takes imagination, that takes daring. And I want to point something out to everyone out there who may see this. The compliments people receive in Act 1 are not the things you want on your tombstone. Here are some of the things people are usually very proud of in Act 1. He has a lot of potential. He married his high school sweetheart. He made 1,600 on his SATs. These are things you do not want chiseled in granite. No, sir. So you were a chef. You trained as a chef, and you left your catering business behind. But of course, what you didn't leave behind was all of your imagination and training you had as a chef, because to be a good chef, you have to be a programmer, you have to be a carpenter, you have to be a designer, and you have to be a psychologist. You have to know that people don't like blue food. Who knew? The chefs knew first. Now, I have a little personal confession to make. I did not want to be the business hotshot I am today. I had a different Act 1 myself. I wanted to be a rock and roll star. I did. I played the guitar, I played the piano. In fact, our little group even made a record in Dallas, Texas. Here we are. We were called Cast of Thousands, and you see, they even misspelled my name there terribly. Cast of Thousands. But I want you to notice who our guitar player was. Guitar player. Oh, I happen to have a picture of it. Here we are. Now there is a young Jack Barker, string bean, and here is our guitar player sitting in the middle, a youngster named Stevie Ray Vaughan. He was 14 years old. This is the first studio recording of Stevie Ray Vaughan. Now, Stevie heard our song and said, well, that's a crappy song. What if I start with a crappy lead and then go into a good lead? You'll hear that in just a second. We actually weren't that bad. We played at the Mormon church often. 14-year-old Stevie Ray. This is his crappy lead. His good lead. Amazing. Of course, Stevie Ray's Act 1 branched into an Act 2 and an Act 3 that ended up with Eric Clapton. Just absolutely spectacular. I welcome you now to Act 2, where you're going to be able to take everything you have learned in your life and move it forward. And here is the opportunity I wish to offer you. I, Jack Barker, sitting here in my temple of isolation, my island of doom, now that I've left Pied Piper, I am looking for a good Act 3. And I've come up with a great idea that could be a business opportunity that I think you could take part in. You know, one thing COVID has taught us is that people are so scared. They're so scared all the time, afraid of spending any kind of money. Now is the time where you have to not be so afraid to spend. And I came up with this great idea. I call it Spindex, based on the idea of spandex pants. So you have a startup industry like so. I like visuals. It helps people understand. Here's the startup. He's lean and mean. He's smart. There I am. There I am with glasses. But because of COVID and because of drinking excessive amounts of gin, sometimes this is really the portrait of a successful company. You see? The spandex pants. And I even have a motto, which is, don't worry about your bottom line. That's why God gave us suspenders. I'm just saying, we could go partners on this. You and me, we'll split it 75-25. I mean, I am the big name behind this. But anyway, I want to congratulate you entering Act 2. Remember, be bold, be brave. You, sir, will succeed. And also, just give me a call. I'm desperate. I'll do anything. Jack Barker, signing off.